Oh, welcome home, my family. I cannot stop thinking and pondering. It's never ending for me. It is one of the greatest pleasures and joys of my life for me to play within my own mind. Many times I love to unplug from these electronic devices or all these external forces and to really spend time inside my own mind and inside my heart and asking questions to the universe and allowing information to come and go. And one of my great meditations lately is boiling down. To something so sacred and so pure. Something we take for granted constantly. It's our breath. Imagine if you counted how many you took in versus how many. And how are you breathing? Is it long and deep? Is it a pleasure to live? Is being enough? Or do we seek things from the material world? Are we looking for a certain person? Or seeking for a special place, a special feeling, a particular state of mind? A level of being? Are we seeking to be X amount of strong? Or X amount of wise? Have we forgotten the value of just having a little time? So many thoughts about science come to mind to insert about time. I'm attempting to push these narratives from the infinite space of I am and to contain more so about being grounded and no, not the punishment. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. If we are being punished, placed here on this planet Earth as a soul trial, getting to know all the different layers and extensions of our souls. So many different metaphysical thoughts come to mind. And so many different things pull me, and divine source leads me all the time. And I am not going to lie to you today. I am going to atone for this sin. There are many times I can clearly hear the Spirit guides me this or that, and I am not listening. I'm being pushed and 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 pushed to work towards this doctorates of metaphysics. And my ego says, but I already know better. Like, I know this stuff. There's no reason. Why do I need this stupid school? I can learn everything on my own. No. Story. Talk back to God, right? Story. It's $1,000. It's very expensive. We're in a pandemic. It's very expensive. God laughs and says money is no matter, time is no matter. It is a matter that you listen, that you breathe, that you exist. Interesting. So many different messages coming in today as I am on my own path of my own process, of my own pain, of my own journey of coming to know and understand myself. And this has been my space where I have created to allow myself to be and share with you complete transparency, all that is me. I am seeking my soul family. I'm putting a big radar out to the universe, putting my hand out. Please hold my hand. Hold close my heart. Kiss my forehead. Uplift my spirit. I am here. I'm ready. I am so ready. I have always thought it was a state of readiness for some type of marriage, some type of ownership, and in some level that is still true because I am owned by God, and I am. So many thoughts, so many visions, and it comes to mind many different scriptures. I've read so many different texts that have blown me away. And there are so many deep, different understandings. And it is true that no way is the wrong way. The way that you're going is just for you. It's so made specific. There is some level of your control and your choosing and your power to change. It is your choice to allow yourself to see yourself, to feel and know yourself. Do you give yourself permission? Will you tell yourself how beautiful and worthy of love you are from God, and that's why you are here right now? Can you kiss your own hand? Can you show a little pleasure and joy for being here? Or have you forgotten all the beauty and all the glory that is life? If you were to give a gratitude list and you were to write down 5 things that you are grateful for in your life and that you love and you care about, how many things would you write down before you wrote down your breath? Your breath is what moves your blood through your stream. I'm making fun of myself in my own head right now. Through your stream of consciousness. This is how you get the blood flow going. Meanwhile, I'm forgetting to breathe and I'm speeding up once again. It has always been difficult for me to ground and to be in my body. I've always been so eager to go home. I have always pierced through the veil and had a deep sense of knowing of this divine, unique, infinite being that lives within me and that is in all things and is constantly there at all times, in all places. So many different scriptures say the exact same thing, no matter what religion, no matter what part of the world you're from. All the humans that have come to see and know and love all that is have this internal peace and this eternal glory. Just sometimes we get so lost inside this separation that we think and that we don't think. So many narratives could go on and on to attempt to explain the depths of this particular topic. Some will be able to scratch the surface and ask their own questions, and God will take them down different rabbit holes and show them different circumstances and states of mind if they will choose and allow themselves to be altered in some type of state of consciousness that allows this pure, loving, kind energy to swell through. I had a really sick joke, and I have been having a hard time repeating this joke, and it made me question if it is best for me many times Spirit guides me to keep things to myself. And then I'm upset because I'm like, but this is one of the most profound things. I'm going to forget this. I must shout this at the very top of my lungs. God, I love you. I love you, God. Oh my 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 God. People don't understand. And it's sad, and they don't even choose to understand. They're so fighty, ignorant, hateful, confused, asleep. Asleep is a very good term. I'm here to wake you up. How cool would that be if we had a show every single morning saying, hey, good morning, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. That you would wake up from a notification every single morning that, hey, good morning, waking up to my annoying face again. My annoying voice, my annoying breath. Sometimes I am in feeling and knowing that I cannot take this. I cannot be here forever. And I feel a need to rush and to get work done immediately. There's so many different states of consciousness. And I like to try to tell the sick joke, and then I'd like to get back into some of these other meditative states that I thought of, okay? So maybe I should show. I'm wearing all black. It's kind of like my day-to-day, aside from my llama fuzzy slippers, okay? Excuse those. I'm like, they're very cute. Imagine. Okay, so the sick thought was I was wearing these new red stilettos, or Steve Madden shoes, that I had wanted so badly at one point for play. And then while wearing these shoes today, I had realized, like, these are fetish shoes. And I said a joke to myself how, like, they're fetish shoes because whoever wears them has a fetish for hurting themselves. And I am very pleased that that joke actually came out exactly as I thought it in that moment. And it made me giggle to myself a little bit because I was like, man, I started thinking about all these different levels of beauty and how we are so conditioned and brainwashed into like being particularly attracted to certain little things based on our subconscious or the way history has been and all these different things. It's quite fascinating, really, when you get into it. Now, away from the sick joke, right? I'm accessing different levels of dark thoughts that were connected to that thought too, which was also including like dressing up, doing particular other expressions of self, such as the black lipstick I have done before, and masking and hiding in this way. And I had this other fantasy and idea of being really dark and saying, hey, it's a holy day today, atone for your sins, and like being like it was really, really dark. And I'm gonna say the line and I'm gonna curse, so expect it, okay? It was, confess your sins, motherfucker. And it was just like a funny gimmick idea, and I was like, I'm not really sure that this is a character that would be well received if I was to take godly things and then bring awareness to them through a humorous way of darkness, because typically that'll get the attention of those who are of that way. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. There's a lot of play. So now let's get back to the other beautiful meditation I've had today, where I was like, again, I was on my knees and I'm like doing almost like child's pose or something like that, okay? Like I'm bowing. I'm just intuitively guided to go into this automatic posture of doing this. And then I have my eyes closed and I started meditating upon God, like what is the force of God? And I try to like feel and know it. And then it felt like it was underneath me. It was everywhere. It was like its consciousness was every little thing around me, every little thing, every shadow, every aspect. And it was like really intense to go into that. And then I kind of like, I was like a gasp of breath, fresh air. I'm like, oh my God, like, whoa. And then after having that meditation or that feeling like at-one-ment or atonement, right? I go into this another state of consciousness where it's like how greedy and stupid we are of human beings, because it's almost no wonder why we lose everything that we love and care about at times, because we barely value our breath. We're so quick to do different things, right? Like imagine people who are smoking or quick to like digesting comes to mind, okay? Like the intake of just like all the things that we intake, right? Like it can be our mind intaking or us witnessing certain type of material, or it can be us constantly ingesting food or sugar, or constantly feeling like we need something outside of ourselves, like something outside of just breathing and being. And we are like so almost brainwashed, manipulated, and there's constantly interfaces that are suggesting to us these different concepts. I don't know, I find this kind of fascinating, personally. And I'm simply witnessing my own mind and my own experiences. And many times just feeling an extreme gratitude of having this connection, and sometimes yearning and wishing that everyone could have this experience of coming to know the divine universe in the way that I feel I have come to know. It's really such a blessing, and it makes me feel like I have been asleep for generations, for lifetimes, millions of years almost. And it seems like my eyes are getting lighter like all the time as I keep developing in this state of light and awareness. And that's fascinating to think about, especially when what we know from a science fact-based about iridology and all the different tissues and organisms that express themselves in the eyes. I'm always getting so tired every time I'm channeling. It's a lot to be a container for all this divine light and energy. And it's one of my favorite places in the world to be, along with being asleep, because when I am asleep, it feels like I am in that bubble constantly. And I gain access to different states of consciousness in the dream world. The dream world is always a very sacred place. Speaking of that, I am interested in opening up and discussing a little bit about lucid dreaming. I had a really profound experience recently where in the middle of a dream, I had realized and said to myself that I'm dreaming. And you can only imagine to what level that is. I've had many dreams where I'm like almost in a state of knowing that I am dreaming and knowing that I am traveling and I'm doing things and I'm helping people and I'm flying and I'm doing all these things, right? Like where it feels like I have control over everything that happens, versus like the outsider looking in, like I am dreaming, like really being in that bubble. That was amazing. And I would like to talk to other people who have had these experiences. I'm interested in having tag teams, you can say, like where I partner up and team up with different people and get to do more interviews and more challenges or just different experiences. It's been great talking to you. However, I'm starting to get lonely and miss my God. I'm going to return to what I was doing. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.